So at this point, we have a working form with a working transaction. And when this is executed, it will create a proposal on the DAO. And when the DAO votes this proposal through, and then someone hits execute function or execute minion, it will execute the transaction that you want to. So for all intents and purposes, this works and is completely functional. And we could stop right here, right now, and just have people fill in the right data. The only problem is it lacks a little finesse. For instance, if we could get the staking token address from the staking address. We don't really need to make the user go get that. The amounts, well, this is accurate to how much we are sending the contract, and this is the value that it's looking for. I think most users would be more comfortable sending something like this because that's how people sort of wrap their mind around it, in like not in base units, but in like the overall units, right? This is 0.001 of a DXS token, a DXS LP token, and this doesn't really reflect that at a glance. So I think what we need to do is we need to make a custom component for this. So we're actually going to delve into some React, and we're gonna look at some of where we get like the internal data from our contexts in the application, and how we're going to generate a new fresh UI that kind of simplifies this entire process. So I think one thing we'll need to do is we'll need to have them select the minion, and then once you put the staking address in, we don't need this. What it will do is we'll just have this automatically enter this value into that values object that we were looking at in the console automatically, so that we don't have to have the user do that. Plus, wouldn't it be cool if this amount UI just popped up once we have a correct token? And wouldn't it also be cool to let the user know that if they entered an address and it's not the staking, and it's not a staking address, that this isn't the right address? Like, it would be a shame if you went through all this trouble of submitting a form and it's the wrong address and it does the wrong thing. What we want is a little bit more feedback so that other users who maybe aren't developers can more easily use this boost. And that way, once we put it up on the marketplace, it gets shared around more, and everyone's happy. In the next video, we're going to pop open our code editors, and then we're going to look at the factory functions to add a new input.